Outside of my uni, they literally have people giving out these for free. I've never tried this drink before. It's peach vibe flavour, so white peach. It's like some kind of energy drink. So I figured I might as well try it on live camera for you guys. Cheers. It's actually quite nice. Anywho, hello and welcome to a new video. If you're new to my channel, it's very nice to see you, and if you're coming back, welcome back. Today, obviously, we are already in a new month, which is crazy. Time actually flies past, and I am free. Like, I had obviously school today, but it's like my end of year test. It was my last one, so I'm free and I have nothing to do but read. So we are not going to hold back with the TBR. We are obviously going to do 6 books plus a 26 of 2026, but like, I'm not going to hesitate, because before I've been like, oh, I don't want to do 20 series or 2 big books. Not at all. I'm literally going to do nothing in May but read. Like, I'm also going to have fun, but I'm mostly going to read. So as always, we have the TBR, which keeps getting emptier. I did buy myself 2 new books to kind of celebrate the end of year, so there are a few new editions, and then half of the books on my 26 I don't own, so there may be like a third new book that I would read. But as it is, yeah, the TBR's looking empty. I may need to do a refill at some point because it doesn't even fit 2 shelves. But anywho, I'm just excited you guys to find out what books I'm going to be reading this month, because I'm actually really looking forward to like just reading so much this month. I'm going to do a 24-hour reading challenge. I'm going to maybe do another type of reading challenge, I'm not sure. But anywho, grab yourself a nice warm cup of tea or a nice cold energy drink, and let's get right on into the video. I don't know where my phone is, but I need it. Okay, so we're going to do a random number generator, same as before, which will help me decide which 26 I'm reading, and then we're going to get started on the prompts. So I haven't refreshed the prompts since last month, but there should be enough there. It shouldn't be a problem. I definitely have 6 prompts in there, basically. Number 18. 18. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. The picture of Dorian Gray. This is funny because I put on my TBR last month, and as you can tell from the fact that it's still here, I did not get around to reading it. Like I said, in April I had my tests. I had my end of year exams, so I was really busy and I did not get through as much of my TBR as I would like. But anywho, you'll want to see that in my video that's coming up on Monday, my April reading recap. So no spoilers. I guess it's going back on the TBR for this month. So there we go. The first book that we have for our TBR is The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde. Obviously, I mentioned this in my April TBR video, so go check that out if you want more info. But basically, it's a classic. I'm pretty sure everyone knows the story. In this, a guy, like, I'm not exactly sure how, but he makes a deal with the devil or something, and he gets a picture painted, and the picture ages instead of him. So the picture is basically his soul. And then, except because he doesn't have a soul, he's kind of like a bit messed up. So there we go. I'm looking forward to reading this. I was looking forward to reading it last month, I just didn't get around to it, so I'm hoping we'll get around to it this month. Alright, so now that we've got the 26 out of the way, let's grab my trusty little Marmite jar. Let's give it a shake. Look at how hard this is to open. Nope, it's not opening. Ah, there we go. So it is actually quite empty. I definitely need to refill it off this month. Here we go. Ooh, interesting. I don't know if you can read this with the sun. I'm gonna hope you can. This says genre you don't typically read. So obviously the genre I typically read is fantasy. So anything that isn't fantasy would be a genre I don't typically read. I have almost literally only 2 options on here. So we have one of my new books, and then we have one that I've had on the TBR for quite a while. Let's see. So the 2 books that are not fantasy on this shelf, like almost the only 2 books, are All to Play For and An Abundance of Catherine. So this one's actually a new one I picked up. It's basically a F1 romance, but the F1 driver in this is a woman instead of a man. And in like every single other F1 romance, of course, because F1 is a male sport at the moment. Hopefully more women will come in the future, but at the moment it's like all men, and it always has been. Literally the only reason I picked it up because I was like, I want to read this. The woman is the F1 driver. That sounds really cool. Besides that, I've never heard this book, never heard this author. It was really just on a whim. And then Abundance of Catherine, this is John Green. Not really sure what this is about, but I'm not gonna lie, because I just bought this one. I want to do this one more. However, I think I should go with the one that's been on my TBR the longest. And they're both quite short, so it's not like I can pick the longer one or anything. But I think I'm going to read this one because this is romance, and I do read more romance than, I guess this is maybe contemporary fiction / romance, maybe what coming of age story. I don't really know what genre this is, but I would say it's the type of genre I read less, and I've had on my TBR for longer. And so the first book that we're going to be adding with the prompt genre you don't typically read is An Abundance of Catherine by John Green. Okay, let's give you a shake, Elton. Okay, a book released this year. I don't have any books released this year, but I'm going to cheat just a little bit. And the other new book that I bought myself was The Rose Bargain by Sasha Payton Smith, and the second one of this came out a couple weeks ago, and so we're gonna like count the second book, but it's gonna be this book. We have to read this first. So there we go, that was quick, because otherwise I literally have nothing on my TBR that's come out this year, like even remotely close. But anywho, so we're gonna go with The Rose Bargain, and we're kind of cheating because technically the prompt we're applying it to the second book, which is The Thorn Queen, I believe. I'm gonna read the back of this one and we'll see what it's about, because I actually don't really know what it's about. All I know is people keep saying it's a mix of like The Cruel Prince and Bridgerton and The Selection, and that sounds really interesting to me. The season is finally open. High society girls line up to exchange magical bargains with the immortal Queen Morian. Lady Ivy Benton's season arrives with a shocking twist. The Queen announces a competition to win the hand of her fae son, Prince Bran, and marrying the prince is a prize that could save Ivy's family from ruin. Yet every glittering fae deal has a rotting heart, and amidst lavish balls, vicious competitions, and a dangerous alliance with Prince Bram's irresistible brother, Prince Emmett, Ivy soon realizes that at the centre of this contest lies a dark plot that could destroy all of England and her heart along with it. That sounds really interesting. I've heard that this is also like The Cruel Prince. Every time I love The Cruel Prince, and so anything that gives those vibes. I've just heard nothing but good things about this book. So with the prompt book released this year, we kind of twisted it a bit and went with The Rose Bargain by Sasha Payton Smith, with the intention to obviously also read The Thorn Queen, so book 2. I just went and grabbed The Clockwork Prince. Is it that what it's called? No, The Clockwork Angel, which is the next book in the Shadowhunters universe that I need to read, because like technically this is on my TBR. I do need to read this. I forgot to add it to my TBR because it's I've read it before like years ago, and so I'm going to do a reread because I'm reading the whole series and I would love to get back to this world. So we're going to put it on the TBR, and if we get a chance to pull it, we will, and I'll be very, very happy. Okay, new prompt. Here we go. Book you think will make you cry. Now see, this is I've been looking for a book to make me cry because I haven't cried over a book since releasing 10, which was in May last year. Oh my god, I haven't cried over a book in a year. That's crazy. Like, I've kind of teared up, but I haven't cried. I want to sob at a book. I want that feeling. I cannot think of a single book on here that I think will actually make me cry. A lot of these especially are like first book in this series, so I don't doubt that maybe the last book in the series could make me cry, but the first book, I don't know. However, so obviously, like I said, I read this one years ago, and I never went further in the series because I got kind of spoiled for a very major plot point, and I know that that major plot point is going to make me cry, and so I might use this as an opportunity to pick up The Clockwork Angel, because I literally was just saying how I want to read this book and I want to add this trilogy to my TBR. So you know what? We're going to use this, and again, it's kind of cheating because I don't think the first book's going to make me cry. I don't remember crying the first time I read it, but I do think the series could make me cry, and I really want to add this series. Plus it's my channel, so if I can cheat if I want to cheat. It's literally my TBR, it's really not that serious. So I'm so happy. I cannot wait to read this. Plus this book is gorgeous. I don't know why I got this like special edition. I think it's just the only version of it they had in the bookshop. It was maybe 5 years ago now. I think it was just before COVID, so I think it was like in February 2020 that I bought this book, which is crazy. My parents got me this one. I'm not really sure why, but it's actually the most gorgeous edition of a book you've ever seen in your life. I mean, it's got this artwork at the end pages. So there we go. Plus, I have actually been craving, because I know a lot of people struggle with the love triangle, but I really enjoy a love triangle. I think it's fun, and it kind of, when I was younger I read a lot of books that had love triangles, and getting older I really haven't, because I feel like it's just not as present in media today as it used to be, at least not in books, and I kind of miss that, so I've been wanting to read a love triangle, and I'm pretty sure this also has a love triangle, I think. So this would be perfect, but it doesn't have a blurb, so I'm not really sure. But basically this is like 200 years before, when's this set? I don't know. Ooh, we've got a lovely little map. I'm just discovering the joys of this edition. So this is set during the Victorian era, so when was that, like the 1800s? And you follow Tessa Gray, who is an American, and she comes to the Institute, like she goes to London, then discovers like a demon or something, and then goes to the Institute and gets drawn to the world. I know Magnus is in this, because obviously Magnus is like an immortal warlock, so of course he's in this. And you have kind of like the ancestors of the main characters, so there is Will Herondale, who I'm guessing is like an ancestor of one of the characters, can't say who because it's like spoiler, and then Gabriel Lightwood, who is like Alec and Izzy's ancestor. So yeah, I'm not exactly sure what happens in this one, but I do know a lot of people say this is like their favourite trilogy of the entire Shadowhunters universe, so I'm really looking forward to reading this. This is the fourth book we picked out, with the prompt book that you think will make you cry. Once again, I kind of cheated, and I picked The Clockwork Angel because I think the last book will make me cry. I feel like we're absolutely flying through this. Anywho, okay, this one says continuing a series. So obviously, as you know, if you watch all my videos, I last month did a video where I continued book series I'm in the middle of, and I think I'm gonna make it like a series. So do every maybe 2 months, try at least to like film a little thing where I just read a bunch of my series that I need to finish, like my backlog, because I have here on my reading journal, I have a little spread for the series I'm in the middle of. So honestly, continuing the series, I have some ideas. So there are 2 series that I really want to continue that I've just been really in at the moment. I'm seeing a lot of Pinterest as well, for example, and that is the Game Changer series. So that's from Heat of Rivalry. I read Heat of Rivalry in the long game last month, and then the Magnolia Parks universe. I read Magnolia Parks in December and I loved it, and I wanted to immediately get the second one. I just didn't because I wanted to do a reading vlog, and I was on holiday in December, so I didn't really have like all the stuff with me to film, so I just never got around to it. But anywho, so I think honestly I think we might go with Magnolia Parks universe. I really want to get back into that because I absolutely loved that book and I want to continue it, and maybe I will do a vlog, and maybe that will be one of my main videos. If you guys would be interested in that, I think I will do. I definitely want to do a Magnolia Parks reading vlog when I read them. Do we do that this month? You know what? Let's go for it. Okay, so it will be Daisy Hates will be the book, with the intention of finishing the series. Like I said, this month I'm not holding back. I want to read and read and read and get so many books done, and so I'm putting like so many things on my TBR, and I'm probably gonna regret it. I'm gonna look at my TBR and be like, why would you do this? You do not have time to read all these books, but I don't care. Like I said, I'm out of school. I'm feeling crazy. So the book we're gonna be reading is Daisy Hates. So this is book 2 in the Magnolia Parks universe, and so obviously in book 1 we follow Magnolia and BJ plus all their friends, and we do meet Daisy Hates. I'm pretty sure we definitely meet her brother Julian Hates, and I think we do meet her as well. And then in book 2 obviously it's Daisy Hates' point of view, so Daisy and Christian I believe, and then obviously you also see her brother a bit. These books are interconnected, so in the Daisy Hates books you do also get characters from the Magnolia Parks books, just like they're in the same series. The series is just split between Daisy Hates books and Magnolia Parks books. And so yeah, the next one is Daisy Hates, and then there's Magnolia Parks Long Way Home, and then you have Daisy Hates The Great Undoing, and then Magnolia Parks Into the Dark. I'm pretty sure that's the order. This will confirm. Future me will tell you if this is correct. Future Laura is on the job. But I would love to read that whole series this month. That would actually be, I would be so happy if I could do that. Not only because I'd be checking the series off my list, but also because I really want to read it. And that is another book that I think will make me cry, because everyone says that Magnolia Parks Into the Dark made them sob. So I would love that. So there we go. We are continuing a series and we're reading Daisy Hates. Let's pick a new prompt. Here we go. A book published before 2015. So I have 2 books on here that were published before 2015. Let me get them out. So first off we have this one, which was published in 2009, so that's old. Then we have The Goldfinch. Again, this one, well, it won Pulitzer in 2014, so I imagine it was published before 2014. It was published in 2013. So these are the only 2 books that are before. This is technically the 3rd book in the series, which I would have to restart because I cannot remember a thing. But if the 3rd book was published in 2009, then the 1st book obviously also was. I think we're going to try again for The Goldfinch, because this poor thing keeps getting chosen and then not read and left out. And I said last time that if I didn't read it the 3rd time I picked it up, I would be unhauling it. So this is the month that decides The Goldfinch's fate. If I don't read it this month, we are going to unhaul, and I don't want to, especially because someone left a comment on my video. Which video? I think it was my last 24-hour reading challenge video, and they said that they couldn't wait for me to read this because they loved it. It really made me want to read it, and I thought it was so sweet. It was really adorable. I won't make no promises. It's just so far out of what I normally read. And I do want to read new types of books. That is like one of my reading goals. There's one thing that's like wanting to read new types of books, and then there's wanting to read new types of books that are 880 pages long, 850 pages long. You know what I mean? We're gonna put it on the TBR. We're gonna do our best to read it. We might even make it the 1st book we read in the month. That way we're sure we're gonna read it. I'll read the back one final time for you guys, because this is the final time. Like, it either gets read or it gets unhauled. So this may be the last time you see this book on this channel. 8-13, Theo Decker, son of a devoted mother and an absent father, miraculously survives a catastrophe that otherwise tears his life apart. Alone and rudderless in New York, he is taken in by the family of a wealthy friend. Theo is tormented by longing for his mother, and down the years he clings to the thing that most reminds him of her. A small captivating painting that ultimately draws him into the criminal underworld. So it does sound interesting. It's just so big. And yes, that is what she said, and it's daunting, but we are going to read it. Okay, so with the prompt, a book published before 2015, we are reading The Goldfinch, which was published in 2013. So there we go, guys. This is going to be the month. And I know I've said that every time, but this is going to be the month. Hold me to it. If I don't read this book, hold me to it. Like, seriously. Okay, one more book left to choose. Let's make it a good one. We only have like 3 prompts left. So let's hope they apply. This one's easy at least. I don't have to think about it. It is the highest rated book. Conveniently enough, I actually keep track of the ratings of all the books on my TBR just in case I do like a video idea or in case I have this TBR prompt. So I actually already have them all literally written down in the list. The highest is An Ember in the Ashes with 4.23. Technically it's Heartstopper with 4.41, which is insane. But like I said, we are saving this for next month, so this like thing pretend doesn't exist. But outside of Heartstopper, it is An Ember in the Ashes, and it has a rating of 4.23 stars, which is crazy. So this is the highest rated book on my TBR, An Ember in the Ashes. I have already technically read this. Technically I've read this entire series, but it was so many years ago and I want to reread it because I want to read Air. And also this is a perfect time because I know that the second book in Air is coming out at the end of the year, I'm pretty sure. So that way I can get this started, like make a dent in it, so I can read this one and be ready for when the next one comes out. So the final book that we are adding to our TBR is An Ember in the Ashes by Sabaa Tahir. I'm gonna read the back so you guys know what it's about as well. An orphan fighting for her family, a soldier searching for his freedom, a story burning to be told. Laya is a scholar living under the iron-fisted rule of the Martial Empire. When her brother is arrested in the dead of night for treason and her loved one is slain, Laya must go undercover as a slave at the Empire's greatest military academy in exchange for assistance from those who claim that they can save her brother from execution. The Academy's finest soldier, Elias, is secretly its most unwilling. But before he can act on the desertion he plans in his heart, he's ordered to participate in a ruthless contest to choose the next martial emperor. When Laya and Elias's paths collide, they will find their destinies are inescapably intertwined, and their choices will rock the future of the very empire they fear. So I'm not even going to bother saying this sounds good because I know it's good. I know that this was so good. I love this series. I just do not remember a thing about it. So there we go. Last book on the TBR. Right. So as always, we have a nice little stack of books. Are they all kind of coordinated? Okay, I kind of like this. Excluding this one, they're all kind of like warm tones. I like that because last time they were like kind of bluish. So let's rerun, shall we? We have the highest rated book on my TBR, which was An Ember in the Ashes with 4.23 stars, which is crazy. Then we have, again, the star of these TBR videos, it's been on here so often. We have The Goldfinch with the prompt, a book published before 2015. Then we have A Clockwork Angel with the prompt, book you think will make you cry. Then Telling Cheating but doesn't count. We have a book released this year and we're doing The Rose Bargain, and then The Thorn Queen. Then we had continuing a series and we chose Daisy Hates to finally continue the Magnolia Parks universe. The last book we chose with the TBR was An Abundance of Catherine, and this was with a prompt, a genre I don't typically read. And then of course we took a random book for my 26 for 2026, and that was The Picture Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde. There you have it, folks. This is my TBR, so you can kind of see the spines. This is my TBR for the month of May. I cannot wait. It doesn't look like much, but like I said, a lot of these books are in series, so it is quite a bit, but I cannot wait to just read and do nothing else this month, so I'm really happy with what we got. Anywho, I hope you liked this video. If you did, don't hesitate to give it a thumbs up, and if you're not already subscribed, what are you waiting for? I post really fun videos and obviously a regular TBR and recap at the end of each month. But there you go, we're at the end of this video, and so there's nothing left for me to do but to bid you adieu. I hope you have an absolutely wonderful weekend, and I'll see you on Monday for my April recap. Until then, bye!